Hey guys, OGalbina here, bringing you guys our BBR Season 3 Week 6 battle against Seabad and his Detroit Steelings. Very, very scary matchup against a player who is doing pretty well in the season. I believe Seabad might be like 3-2. I think he might be. This is Week 6, so this is... I think he's 3-2. Has a very scary team, a couple of big threats to our team, and we're going to have to be definitely very, very careful about that, but I think we do have the team to potentially take home a win. And yeah, we'll jump into a team builder really quick here. After, of course, I mentioned that only 40 to 50% of you guys that are watching the videos each and every time they go up are actually subbed to the channel. So if you want to do me a massive favor, go ahead and click that sub button. It's really easy, completely free. You can always change your mind later, but I'm sure you'll enjoy the content. I really appreciate the support we've been getting lately. We just recently hit 400 subs, like week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and then within that time we already hit at the time of recording this, I think we're at like 412, 413. Could be higher, could be lower at the time which I upload this, but regardless, I am really grateful for the support. I'm pushing towards 500 now. That's the next goal on my mind, and I'd really appreciate it if you helped us along on that journey. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the team builder. There will be a timestamp earlier, like a timestamp earlier in the video telling you exactly when the battle starts if you want to jump ahead to that, as well as it linked in the description below. But if you want that background knowledge on what we're bringing, why we're bringing it, EVs and items and movesets and all that stuff, definitely check out the team builder. Now, let's jump into matchup. Our team, if you did forget, consists of Celesteela, Latias, Cinderace, Crocodile, Lantern, Licky, Crustle, Driftblim, Garbodor, SHIINOTIC, and Throw, while Seabad's team consists of Rillaboom, URSHIFU, Rapid Strike, Grimmsnarl, Arcanine, Crobat, the Alolan Raichu, Steelix, who's really big on the team builder side because he was super annoying and trying to fit in the box like this without making it work. So I just put a giant stupid face in the middle because it was making me very upset trying to make these slides really late at night. Wheezing, Kadabra, Karkle, and Lickitung. And while I was making these slides, I noticed his team is either from Gen 1, 2, or 8, with the exception of maybe Little Raichu. That's still a Gen 1 Pokemon, but it's Raichu. But looking at this matchup, URSHIFU Rapid Strike. Big threat. Like, it's genuinely terrifying versus our team. I think Bandit can definitely come. Being that our fairy, our real fighting resist on this team are only going to be Latias, which gets chunked by either U-turn or an Ice Punch or anything like that, as well as Garbodor, which does not want to take abandoned Surging Strikes, or SHIINOTIC, which is, in all honesty, a very bad Pokemon. But you're going to see it might be the first week it comes off the bench because just Surging Strikes was close combat and U-turn rip through our team at the current moment. So we're going to have to find a way of keeping that thing at bay. Rillaboom, I think we actually checked decently well between, honestly, just obviously the SHIINOTIC that could come out off the bench, the potential Garbodor that could come to try and check that URSHIFU, as well as defensive Celesteela just kind of sitting in front of it, Cinderace being able to revenge it pretty easy, Latias even being able to check it after a knockoff. We can take other knockoffs pretty well unless it's super offensive. Grimmsnarl bulk up set can be very annoying versus us, and screens are definitely annoying as well, but we're going with a much more bulky approach to this game, opposed to the last two where we went with a little bit more of an offensive onslaught with our, more balanced team. So something to keep in mind. Arcanine can be very annoying to kill. It's definitely a very good pivot into Celesteela, so I'll have to be careful about that. And then Alola Raichu terrifies me, because if you didn't know, a lot of people didn't know this in my front office when I was talking about it, I'm terrified of Alola Raichu because it gets access to Draining Kiss, and I think that Sub, Calm Mind / Nasty Plot, Thunderbolt, and Draining Kiss can honestly rip through my team. Just absolutely crazy, because Draining Kiss covers that Latias, which would potentially be a really good pivot, especially if it's Calm Mind. It can start shoving up on me because I'm not Calm Mind myself this week, spoilers, and it can really honestly be not a good time, so we'll have to be careful around that thing as well. But let's go ahead and jump into our first Mon, which is going to be our Celesteela, rocking out with the leftovers. Beast Boost as its ability, Air Slash, Flamethrower, Leech Seed, and Protect. EVs wise, we got 244 HP, 164 defense, 36 special attack, 36 def, and 28 speed with a bold nature. Now this thing is going to be a good catch-all defensive check to a lot of things on my opponent's team, being like Rillaboom, Grimmsnarl, URSHIFU, Steelix at walls. We check the heck out of Wheezing. Crobat, we check. This is Nasty Plot, which is another thing I'm very, very scared of. So we honestly just soft check a lot of my opponent's team, and once we start getting defense boosts, it can be very, very annoying for my opponent to deal with. EVs wise, we have enough speed for just general creeps on some of his slower mons that might want to catch Selly if it's not running any speed. We're not 2-hit KO'd by Adamant Surging Strike after lefties if it's not choice banded. We have to keep in mind that we cannot protect in that thing's face because of Unseen Fist, but we can take 2 of those hits regardless and be able to throw off a big air slash, and after a little bit of chip, we will be able to revenge that thing. We're not 2-hit KO'd by Arcanine No Investment Flamethrower after Leech Seed. So if he does elect to go with a special Arcanine set, if it's not running any investment and it's Flamethrower, we can Leech Seed up and we'll actually not be 2-hit KO'd by that and be able to pretty easily 1v1 it with Protect and stuff like that. Obviously, it's going to have Morning Sun and it can teleport out and stuff like that, but it still gives us a way to actually potentially beat one of our best checks. And then we have the rest in the special attack, just do a little bit more with that air slash, a little bit more with that flamethrower and stuff like that. So definitely a really, really good defensive pivot, good catch-all check to a lot of mons, and just really a really good stop to that like Rillaboom. If it's SD Rillaboom, the rest of our team doesn't really appreciate it very much. So Celestial is definitely going to be a main stop to that. Next up, we have our Latias rocking out the leftovers. Levitate as its abilities: Psychic, Surf, Toxic, and Roost. EVs wise, we got 92 HP, 28 defense, 148 special attack, 4 speed F, and 236 speed with a modest nature. EVs wise, we have enough speed for Pokemon Creeping Crocodile, so whether it be Urshifu or anything similar, we will outspeed them, trying to creep and catch off that crocodile. Mainly that Urshifu is the big thing, because this is a good soft Urshifu check if it locks into the wrong move, or if it's not scarfed itself, or anything like that. It's just a pretty decent check overall. We won't die to anyone besides maybe like a Banded Ice Punch after rocks or something like that. We live 2 no attack Crobat Brave Birds after Stealth Rocks and lefties. So if our Lantern gets a little bit chipped, which spoilers we are bringing later on, if we don't want our Steel to take a Super Fang or a Taunt or anything like that, this is a decent pivot into that. And obviously we can blow it away with a Psychic. And then we live 2 modest +2 Draining Kisses after lefties from that little Raichu. Like I said, I am expecting a potential like sub Calm Mind set with sub and lefties and, Calm Minding and just being a general nuisance. And we will be able to take 2 of those pretty easily. And then we have the rest in special attack just to hit hard. Psychic Stab actually kind of rips through my opponent plus Surf. Yes, there is Grimmsnarl, but it's a mon that doesn't have any reliable recovery. We can Surf and chip that thing down. We catch up with a Toxic and then slowly whittle it down with Surfs on switch-ins. And Latias can honestly kind of do well in the end game on its own, just with how potent, the Psychic Stab is versus my opponent's team. Next up, we have our Cinderace rocking out with the heavy-duty boost. Blaze its ability, Pyro Ball, Super Fang, U-Turn, and Taunt. EVs wise, we're rocking out with 44 HP, 252 attack. I'm sorry, I think I'm gonna mess up. Yeah, 252 attack, 24 speed def, and 188 speed with a jolly nature. This Pokemon is just a great overall pivot this game. It's a great nuisance to my opponent's team. Super Fanging things down like the Arcanine that might want to switch in. If we can Super Fang and then Taunt and, stop that thing from either teleporting or Morning Sunning up, genuinely amazing. U-Turn is super free as well, and then Power Ball is pretty spammable. My opponent's Bulky Water is Urshifu, which doesn't want to switch in repeatedly and take those hits, especially when how good it is offensively versus me. And like I said, that Arcanine, if we can Super Fang it, Power Ball it, chip it down, taunt it, stop it from trying to recover up with Morning Sun, it's not a great long-term check. And other than that, my opponent really doesn't appreciate it, minus like Carkol, I suppose. So I think Stallbreaker Cinderace is really good in this game, and just kind of beating down some of the annoying fat things that my opponent might have, especially that Arcanine being a genuine nuisance. EVs wise, we have enough speed for a max speed alone Raichu. It could feasibly go max speed to speed type an offensive Latias. We have enough HP to live a +2 Adamant Life Orb Glide from the Rillaboom. Now, I don't think that Swords Dance is going to come, but just in case it does, if he feels that he can pretty reliably get rid of Celesteela, I wanted to be able to live that hit from full, and with the boots, we can stay at full pretty well. We have Max Attack, and then we threw the rest into Spit F just to take one off special hits and things like that. That's going to be Cinderace this week. 4th member on the team is going to be Licky, the win con this week. Rocking out with the leftovers, Oblivious as its ability, Body Slam, Rest, Curse, and Sleep Talk. EVs always got max HP, 28 defense, and 228 speed def with a careful nature. I forgot to put the plus in front of the speed def. Oops, but it is careful plus speed def nature. This thing does really well. If you look at my opponent's team outside of Urshifu, once I start cursing and the fact that I'm speed def as well, there isn't much they can do to break through this thing. They cannot taunt me because obviously my Oblivious ability. They cannot intimidate me with the Arcanine, and I can really just start setting up curses, resting, sleep talking, and really going to town. If it's not Roar Steelix, I set up all over it, so I'm not super worried about it having Roar itself. Not being able to touch it really with any coverage or anything like that. There's no Ghost type on my opponent's team. I set up on Weezing. I set up on a potential Kadabra. I set up on a non-nasty pod Raichu. I set up on a Crobat. There's a bunch of things that I can really kind of use as fodder. And if we can eliminate that URSHIFU or boost up a little bit, we could be in a pretty good spot. Now, EVs wise, we literally just have enough defense to live a Life Orb CC when we get up to +1 with our curse. Obviously, we have to be careful of Surging Strikes. If he's banded Surging Strikes, he's going to do around 70% with that if he's choice banded, and it'll obviously go through our boost because it's guaranteed crits and things like that. So we do have to kind of eliminate that URSHIFU if we are to win with this thing, but provided we do, I think this is a phenomenal win con, and really looking forward to seeing Licky shine once again this week. Fifth up, we have our SHIINOTIC making its debut. Unfortunately, rocking out with the Rocky Helmet. Effect Spore as its ability. We got Moonblast, Giga Drain, Spore, and Strength Sap. We got EVs wise, we're max HP, 172 defense, 52 special attack, and 28 speed with a bold nature. Yes, unfortunately, we are bringing SHIINOTIC. It is going to be its debut, and it's going to be the thing that stops us from losing to Rillaboom. Obviously, it clicking Surging Strikes gives it not only the major chip damage from the Rocky Helmet hitting us 3 times, but also the chance to get effect spored. It makes U-turns not as free. It makes honestly any move the thing wants to click not free. And obviously, yes, it can pack Poison Jab for me, and I honestly do expect it to, because it's really the only thing on my team that can pivot into it well. Personally, I would be banned without U-turn. I would bring maybe Surging Strikes, Close Combat, Ice Punch, and Poison Jab. It'll also just be Ice Punch because that covers SHIINOTIC as well, and then be U-turn the last slot as well. So we're definitely very pressured. Banded still almost 2-hit KOs us, but this at least gives us a fighting chance in either statusing that thing or chipping it down exponentially. Spore is great for putting easy switch-ins to sleep, things like the Arcanine and the Crobat if they're not safety goggles. And then Moonblast plus Giga Drain gives us good solid coverage against my opponent's team. Again, a lot of things really do switch in on us very well. Things like Arcanine, things like Crobat, things like Weezing. Honestly, just kind of hard balls. Licky Tongue if it ends up coming itself. Honestly, hard balls, but this thing checks URSHIFU, and it really checks Rillaboom as well if it's not like a bulk up aggro set or something like that. So really do like SHIINOTIC in this matchup. Unfortunately, it is going to come off the bench just to kind of buffer that Rillaboom and hopefully give us a fighting chance against that absolute behemoth in this matchup. And then lastly, we have Bathwater, the Lantern, come back once again, rocking out with the leftovers, Volt Absorb as its ability, Surf, Volt Switch, Toxic, and Heal Bell. EVs wise, we got 52 HP, max defense, 4 special attack, 36 per def, and 164 speed with a bold nature. Oh, I totally forgot to talk about EVs for SHIINOTIC. Let's go back really quick. EVs wise with SHIINOTIC, we have enough speed for, we're just keeping general creeps. We Oko Urshi after 1 turn of Life Orb with Moonblast, and then we threw the rest in defense. Okay, back to Lantern. This is just a very solid overall general pivot this game. I wanted Heal Bell support, and I couldn't really fit it on Licky this week, being that it's a rest talk set with, setup potentially trying to win. So I figured that Lantern was the next best bet. This gives me a solid little Raichu check. This gives me a decent-ish check to the Rillaboom. We will live 1 hit from it guaranteed. This gives me a great Arcanine check, and this gives me a good Crobat check as well. We are Surf over Scald because I want to Toxic things. I want to Toxic the Rillaboom. I want to Toxic the, what do you call it? Yeah, really just the Rillaboom, in all honesty. And I'd rather Toxic it than burn it. I'd rather get Toxics off on things like Grimmsnarl opposed to burning them with Scald. We have Volt Switch to gain momentum. And then we have, obviously, Toxic and Heal Bell to do those respective jobs. EVs wise, we are creeping his base 60 mons that are creeping on max speed Crustle. So we have a lot of speed on Big Lantern. We live a banded URSHIFU hit after rocks. So we live banded close combat after rocks with our defense investment. We 2-hit KO max HP Arcanine with just 4 special attack and Surf guaranteed, and then we threw the rest into Spidef just to take those Raichu hits a little bit better. I did contemplate pretty heavily between going with with either Volt Absorb or Water Absorb. Water Absorb would have been really nice for Urshi, so it couldn't spam Surging Strikes as freely. But at the end of the day, I figured having a more reliable switch in or checking the little Raichu a little better would be nicer, especially because we kind of deter him from clicking Surging Strikes anyways, because it's not the most spam move versus me. I think close combat is definitely a little bit easier. And yeah, basically that's it. That's going to be the team. Let's jump right into the battle. All right, guys, here we are with the battle. Let's see what CBAD elected to bring. I'm definitely expecting Urshi. Urshi is honestly the biggest threat to me by far. A potential nasty bat could be very annoying as well. Just like Hurricane, Giga Drain, Heat Wave can be terrifying. So I'll have to be smart about that. Arcanine's very annoying for us to break, so I definitely expect those three for sure. I wouldn't be surprised if he brought no Rillaboom. Definitely makes sense for him to bring it as well. Still a very good Pokemon. Like a U-turn, Knock, Glide, Leech Seed set could make sense. What else am I expecting in this matchup? A lot of things. I'm actually pretty terrified about this matchup, but we'll see. Grimmsnarl should definitely come for Lottie. I think Steelix can come as a rocker. I think Weezing can come to T-Spikes because ours isn't great versus him, like our grounded poison. So that definitely makes sense as well. But I'm realistically expecting Boom, Urshi, Grimm, Arcanine, Crobat, Steelix. Maybe a little Raichu in there. Maybe a Weezing. Something like that, but yeah, let's see what we can do. I don't know if he's doing his intro or what exactly is that. There we go. Okay. So I thought there was no Urshifu. I was like, what? Okay, there's no Steelix. We actually don't have to worry about rocks this game, which is dope. No rocks, no hazards in general. So we have Crobat, Grimm, Alola-Chew, Raichu, Arcanine, Rillaboom, and we also have the Hershey. So what I think I want to do, is honest to God lead with Lantern. I feel like Lantern leads well versus anything not named Rillaboom, and Rillaboom we have a great check in our Rocky Helmet SHIINOTIC. We should always be able to take it on with that. We still have our Cinderace at full as well. So again, I'm not super worried in that sense. We'll see what we can do though. Yeah, but I think I can pretty freely Volt on literally everything else. Literally everything else. Raichu can be a little bit annoying if we get our Lantern get chipped. If he's like a nasty ball draining his set. But that's really the only way he hits Lottie. Something else to keep in mind. It also doesn't hit SHIINOTIC super well unless it's carrying Psychic coverage. And if it's like nasty ball terrain or something like that, something else we have to keep in mind. Yeah, again, good luck, have fun to CBAD. Hopefully we can grab this dub. And yeah. Yep. I kind of am expecting like a draining hit Raichu though, to be honest, because it would cover my ground type in Croak as well, which we didn't actually bring. Didn't think it was the greatest. So he is going to lead off with Maximus, which turns out to be the Arcanine. Good stuff. I think turn one, what I want to do is throw for Toxic. He does turn out to be Intimidate, so that means free Viral Balls all around. I am going to Toxic though. It covers the Rillaboom coming in, and I really want to Toxic like a potential sub-leech Rillaboom. I think that's very important for us early on in this game. He's going to Toxic himself. That's fine. I'm just going to Heal Bell. I'd love to hit this. We are going to hit said Toxic. And yeah, I'm just going to Heal Bell. This thing really doesn't get any coverage I'm super worried about, especially because I'm a defensive Lantern. We will also be able to see if, okay. No, actually we won't, because Leftovers doesn't pop, because Leftovers goes before the Toxic. Fire Spin. Or Heal Bell. So that's fine. I'm gonna just Heal Bell that damage off. And I'm gonna Slow Volt. Again, if he lets this go down, he has a really tough time breaking and pivoting into Steela. So I'm just gonna Volt Switch in case he goes Boom. I got rid of the Toxic. So he's Toxic Text, Fire Spin, fourth move. Wild Charge. I don't know. This is interesting. because I'm winning this exchange. Like, yeah, you got a lot of chip off with this fire spin, but I got more off with the toxic, and I'm still gonna volt switch. This is fine. I can still get rid of that later. Honest to God, that's fine. Very Spadef Arcanine, by the way. Like, incredibly Spadef. And I'm pretty sure I freely go into my Latias. Yeah, like, very freely. The Latias is gonna come out. I wish I would have just surfed. I didn't think he would just be okay with giving me that. Whatever. This thing is incredibly low. I'm just gonna surf. It catches the Grim coming in. It does a decent chunk. It obviously kills this Arcanine if he wants to let the Arcanine goes down. Oh, Oxini, I'm pretty sure that's Grimmsnarl. It is, in fact, Grimmsnarl. I'd love to get a fat chunk off with said surf. We do get a fat chunk off with said surf. And yeah, I just pivot out into my SHIINOTIC. There's not much this thing can do to me, unless it's Fire Punch, but even then, Fire Punch is kind of bouncing off. We're pretty physically defensive on our SHIINOTIC. Almost max. Grimmsnarl. Regardless, I do think it's my play. Let's pivot right out into said SHIINOTIC. I made. This thing is definitely annoying. I'm gonna go lock Latias as a mid ground in case he nasty plots, or Super Fangs. I feel like that's a better play. He could U-turn, which would at least give me that information. Super Fang, yeah, see? Sick. Now, I think I honestly just want to roost. Yeah, I'm just gonna roost. He could taunt if he wants. That's a really over-aggressive play, though. And again, I don't think he can really afford to make said play right now. Like, I do think that he's Stallbreaker Bat. Yeah, he is Stallbreaker Bat, for sure. The Rev. Rillaboom. Okay, okay. Okay. Let's see. Now, do I have reason to not just go hard Selly? I can also make a middle ground and go into my, what do you call it? My Cinderace. Because nothing this thing can do can knock me out. I don't need my boots. Knockoff won't tool kill him if he's Scarf. Yeah, I'm gonna go Cinderace. Again, I don't want my Selly knocked off. I think it's really valuable in this endgame, and if I can kind of just scout his team a little bit beforehand, I'd rather do so. If he U-turns, so be it. Yeah. See, like, this made more sense, because I don't want to let in that Alola-Chew for free. So my only question is, he probably goes Urshi here, right? And that's for sure annoying. We're gonna get a little bit of HP back. He does as well. And I think I still go SHIINOTIC. Like, I think the Poison Jab play definitely makes sense on his end. Like, I think the Poison Jab play definitely makes sense that I could make a middle ground of my Lottie. But, honestly, what else is SHIINOTIC here for? Like, what else is SHIINOTIC here for? I think that either a Poison Jab or a U-turn comes out here, though. So maybe I should have made the aggressive Lottie play or something. Or even the aggressive Steela play. Close combat. Great. Okay, 167 is damn near to a KO. Jesus Christ. Okay. Helmet. We're just gonna get a little bit of HP restored like that. I think what I can do, that's banded. I think I'm just gonna spore. Wow. He was okay with giving me the URSHIFU. Okay, well, regardless, the thing's gonna be asleep. And I'm gonna be able to strength sap this next turn. Okay. So we know he's banded as hell. Right? I don't think there's any other explanation. And I will be able to get up to full. Strength sap up. Yeah, let's do it. So he's gonna withdraw this turn. Probably Crobat, probably Arcanine. Alola-Chew. Okay. Go ahead and strength sap on up. So we're out of range of URSHIFU hit now, which is nice. So we're gonna go into our Latias. I could have Giga Drained as well. Maybe Giga Draining was my play, because Train was still up. Come on. Okay. We're gonna have to be careful. This could be bad. Not lie to you, this could be bad. I'm gonna Toxic. If he's not Sub-Calm Mind, we're not in the worst spot. If he's Sub-Calm Mind Draining Kiss, we might lose. I'll be honest, we might lose. I don't know if we just lose, actually. I'm gonna Toxic here. So we are faster, so he's very slow. Incredibly slow. Which is good to know. Because we're not max. Oof, I did nothing. I mean, this is gonna do nothing. We're still Latias. So he's gonna be Life Orb. Okay. This is fine. This is fine. I think. We'll see though. This is still very nerve-wracking. If he's not Draining Kiss, we should be fine. I'm gonna Roost here. He's gonna withdraw. Fine. Probably out into what? Boxini. Yep. Okay, okay. So we're gonna go all the way back up to full, which is great for that URSHIFU that we know is banded. Not a fan of that guy. Leftovers. Yep, so it's gonna be lefties plus terrain. It's definitely not advantageous. Is this thing terrain extender? Oh, I should have been keeping count. I don't know. Shoot. Okay. I think now is my time to go into Silly. This thing doesn't really threaten me much. I break its sub if it's like a subset, like a sub bulk upset. Pure break. Okay. And if he screams, he risks us like just taking them. I'm gonna do this. So we sub bulk up, Spirit Break, Lariat maybe? I think I am gonna make a pivot out into my Cinderace. We're gonna switch out. We'll also see if we're faster if he also doubles on himself into the Arcanine. Come on. Yo, okay, that's fine. Now we have a free Pyro Ball. There's not much that wants to switch in on this. We have Heal Bell support, so I'm not super worried if he Thunder Waves us. I'm just gonna Pyro Ball. We are gonna throw off said Pyro Ball. This means he attacked us. Do a ton. Lariat. Fine, so he turns out to be Taunt, Spirit Break, Lariat. I'm just gonna Pyro Ball again. He doesn't have great switch into this. URSHIFU, Maximus. This is fine. You're poisoned. I think Pyro Ball into like U-turn will knock you out. Yeah. Or even Pyro Ball into Toxic. I even just KO it right away here. Or just Pyro Ball. Epic. Okay, cool. So, oh, it was a crit. Might have mattered? Maybe if he was like E-speed? Might have mattered. But we're gonna shake off our taunt. And we're gonna knock out the Arcanine, which is great. As we find out he is Stallbreaker Bat. Which I do find interesting. However, he can't do that to my Licky, which I find also great. My Latios is great now, that the thing is chipped. I think I'm going to make the middle ground into my Lantern. I want to save my thing here, if I can. I want to get off a free Volt Switch. Toxic. Great! So he's expecting the Latios to come in. And this is genuinely amazing. We could take a little bit of chip from a U-turn here, which is definitely annoying, but I gain momentum. I gain momentum out of this turn. He cannot Roost either, because his HP is at full. Super Fang. Gonna hit. Fine. Got a Volt Switch. It's a very bulky bat. And from here... Part of me wants to go into Licky. Part of me wants to go into Latias. I think I'm gonna Surf. He's gonna Roost. Wow. Do I agree with that? Not really. I don't think he realizes how much Psychic does. Oh, Latias still, bro. Oh, Crobat. What's Crobat? It's Roots team. I'm gonna Surf again. I don't think you stay in and give me this. He does. Okay. Well, we're gonna Surf again. Now this time, if he wants to taunt, if he wants Toxic, if he wants Roost, I'm just gonna Psychic. At this point, I'm just going to Psychic. Let's go ahead and Psychic. Toxic, he is going to hit because he is a poison type. As I'm gonna be able to Psychic and pick off this Crobat. Don't stay in this time, that's fine. Great. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I want to keep this Latias around, though, because it's something that outspeeds the URSHIFU and kills it. Once again, I really do think that he is Wish Abandoned. So we're going to take our first turn Toxic there. That's fine. Again, we can find an opportunity to Heal Bell still. What I personally expect... Are you Scarf? This is like a way of pivoting around and getting me poisoned, isn't it? I'm very confused. So did he make this play to try and pivot and get in his Grimmsnarl? And like get another turn of Toxic on me? Yeah, that's the only explanation to that play. Yeah, that's the only explanation. We get our lefties. We are faster. Now I'm like 90% sure that's in range. I'm gonna surf. He's showing us Taunt, Spirit Break, Lariat. He's gonna withdraw here. Into the Rev, which I think is this thing. Okay, that's fine. Honestly, that's fine. I actually don't think he has a resist to my LCL at this point. As we'll also be able to see if this is lefties, which I think is very important. And we'll also be able to see if we're faster. It's not lefties. Okay. In my head, the only reason he made that play was so that he could, like, round. I don't know. I don't know. I'm very interested to what's happening. But yeah, I think we're in an okay spot right now. I'm gonna make the play into my Selly. Yeah. Okay. He's gonna withdraw into Flowmaster. This is fine. Maybe he was expecting us to go. I wonder what he's expecting us to go into. Regardless, I have a very free air slash here. An incredibly free air slash. So let's do that. He's gonna stay in, try and burn some sleep turns, I suppose. Please hit. We do indeed hit. That is amazing. This is the only thing stopping our Licky from winning. The only thing stopping our Licky from winning. He can't taunt us. He can't do anything with his other mons against it. He's only burnt one turn to sleep as well. I live any one hit from this. So it's fine. I'm pretty sure I'm good. Pretty sure I'm good. He's gonna wake up. I'm gonna CC. Provided we live this hit, provided we hit our air slash, we are in a great spot. We just need to hit said air slash. Please, you got one job, silly. Are you fucking kidding me? Very nice. That we do indeed love to see. What's left? Well, man, that's frustrating. I'm gonna stack off Lantern. As much as I would love to get the heal ball off. That's so annoying. It's fine. We're gonna stack off Lantern. That's so fucking annoying. Okay, it's all good. It's all good. Detail. And it just got so much back with those turns too, man. God, that is frustrating. Okay. Now we go into SHIINOTIC and we click Giga Drain. Arcanine is down, Crobat is down. So, in theory, SHIINOTIC should be fine here. To just click a rent-free Giga Drain. This is terrain boosted. It does not knock me out unless he critical hits, or gets a critical hit. He's going to withdraw the Rev, which is Rillaboom. This is fine. Honest to God, this is fine. I'm just gonna Moonblast here. Knock off. It's fine. He's gonna take a decent chunk. Oh God, that's great. So I'm gonna Moonblast. Get a big chunk off, and then I'm gonna Strength Sap this turn. Okay, I need to check something actually. So he is Terrain Extender, which is good to know. I want to Strength Sap. Covers literally anything. If he wants to stay in and attack us, sure, go ahead. So be it. Up to you, my friend. I'm just gonna U-turn. So whatever comes in here is giving me all my health back. Whatever comes in here is giving me all my health back. And that's great. Now, I think it has to be... Oh, pancake. Okay, so it's gonna be... Yeah, I think it has to be this thing, which is fine. Terrain should end this turn as well. It's honestly also fine. We are going to get up to full. Terrain does not end until they get their stuff back. Very epic. I would prefer to end that turn. The grass disappears from the battlefield. And I think I have no reason to make any other play than to go hard into my Licky Licky and just click Body Slam. Yeah, I think I just click Body Slam. He's gonna take a chunk there. That's fine. I literally just click Body Slam though. I get a fat chunk off. I just need to chip this thing. Go ahead and Body Slam. So it's also a matter of what his, what do you call it is? What his moveset is on his... Why am I blanking on its name? The URSHIFU. Now, if he wants to stay in and give us this Pokemon, that's great. Okay, he's gonna Calm Mind. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Great. So we're gonna Body Slam. This is gonna do a ridiculous amount because it's a little Raichu. And then Toxic and all that stuff is gonna do a lot too. Is that gonna be enough to knock it out? I hope. After the Toxic turns, that would be great. It is, so down goes Raichu. God, I think this game would be over too if we just knocked out the what do you call it? The URSHIFU with that Air Slash. So Flowmaster's gonna come out. Now, what's my least useful member? Now, I think my least useful member is probably my Cinderace. Personally. So I'm going to withdraw. He doesn't know if I'm Bush Protect or not. I'm actually Rest Talk, which is actually kind of biting me ass here, but it's all good. Got close combat. That's fine. We just need that free switch into our SHIINOTIC. God, this thing would be dead. It's all good, Owen. It's all good. Don't get tilted, bro. We just need that free switch into our SHIINOTIC to throw off a Moonblast. Moonblast does pick us a KO here. Moonblast does indeed pick us up a KO here. So that's what we're going to click. If he gives us this, I'm pretty sure our Licky wins. I'm pretty sure Licky wins. So, it's all up to that. We need to KO this URSHIFU. We need to KO this URSHIFU and Licky wins. Hopefully we can do so. Hopefully. So. He does have to give us a Pokemon here, though. So, like, that's the only thing. If he has Poison Jab, I think he switches out. If he doesn't, I think he plays off my choke and me, like, clicking Giga Drain. Or clicking Strength Sap or something here. I don't know. He's gonna close combat. Okay, cool. That should be our Licky endgame. we're gonna Moonblast. SHIINOTIC's gonna pick off the URSHIFU. A little later than we'd like to be. But it's down regardless. I'm just realizing my HP bar is there. Let's put it right there. Luxinia is gonna come out. And just Moonblast. Thing's gonna do a chunk. It's fine. Got a Moonblast. Maybe I shouldn't have taken that hit. Boom. In. And I think I just spam Moonblast. He showed knockoff U-turn. That's it. I am just gonna Moonblast here though. There's the best way to hit me is U-turn. Okay, so down goes SHIINOTIC, that's fine. Licky. Go at 156. Not choice band. Should be able to pick up the KO, but we can also go into our Celesteela. And just click Flamethrower. Because he has to click Superpower to knock us out. Drain Punch will not. And if he Superpowers, then he minuses his defense and his attack. So we're gonna Flamethrower, hopefully pick this thing off. Goodness gracious, Celesteela. Thank God we saved you, huh? And that is going to be a GG's to CBAD. Definitely a very scary game. When we missed that air slash, I was genuinely terrified that we would end up losing. But we were able to claw ourselves back and put ourselves in a position to grab a nice, I believe, 3-0 dub in this game. So we're able to get back on the winning side of things. We lost to Kyle a couple weeks ago, then we beat Magnitude, now we beat CBAD. Hopefully the wins keep piling up. We want to secure ourselves a good playoff spot and then make that run for the championship. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'm sure you know CBAD if you're over here watching my stuff, but if you don't, definitely go check out his stuff. All the coaches will be linked in the description. Check them all out down there. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like. If you're new here, drop a sub, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.